It's a very heavy-duty machine. This is a picture of a colon in Dr. Shinya, the book you're reading. Yeah, he took that picture.
Mm.
I know, that's 3 months after drinking the water. And
is that just a normal average colon? Or?
well, I think it has problems. I don't know. I think he talks about it in his book. But this is a colon that, you know, he was headed for being sick. Dr. Shinya also invented the procedure of getting rid of polyps without invasive surgery. He's quite the guy.
But he's the guy that wrote the enzyme book? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, wrote the enzyme book.
Yeah, I'm going to get that in the next few days. Put a hold on it at the library.
Yeah, it's very good information.
What's the name of the newest book that he has out?
I don't know what the name of his new one is. But they probably do know that at the library too.
Oh, okay.
Because just by going by his name, they could probably look it up for you, but I know it's hot off the press. And I'm anxious to get it. I've been so busy at the fairs and everything for the last little while. I'm not caught up on things. But, okay, let me think what else I can tell you. We have a chart, and that's going to be in this book I sent with you too, that shows the acidities of different things. But remember, coffee is showing up at 4, but when you make it out of the water, it's 7.4. So it's no longer acidic.
Oh, does it taste a lot different? Or?
It tastes really good.
Oh.
Yeah.
I quit drinking coffee, but because coffees have a lot of acid in it, so does it neutralize the acid? Or?
Yeah, acid's gone. If you make it with the Kangen water.
Oh.
And also, because the molecule of this water, once it's gone through those electrical plates, the molecule changes from a pentagonal shape to a smaller molecule, which is hexagonal shape. So it dissolves the coffee grounds a lot more, so you only need half as many grounds. And the coffee still tastes great.
Oh, so you get more out of the coffee, huh?
Yeah. So if I owned a coffee shop, man, I'd be wanting this machine because coffee beans are like $12, $15 a pound.
Yeah.
But, yeah, use half the amount of grounds and use the Kangen water and you can make your own coffee. And my next door neighbor over here, they were huge into espressos, and she's the one that had lupus. And they're like, oh my word, we're going to have to give up our coffee. I'm like, no, you don't have to. Just switch it over. So she's doing great over there. Yeah, one of the things that everybody notices who has acid reflux, which she did really bad too, is the water just seems to control that right away. And I'm assuming it's because the alkalinity in the water just takes care of the acid. Which I've never had that problem, but Mike did really bad. I mean, he would go through a big bottle of Rolaids every week. You know, he would just eat them like candy.
Did they figure it was his diet or something else?
It's something to do with the valve or something, isn't it?
Yeah, he hasn't changed his diet at all. Yeah. But he doesn't have any problems now at all either.
I heard aloe vera juice is good for acid reflux.
Yeah, it probably is. Because it's a burning thing, and aloe vera puts out the burn, and skin burns. Yeah. You know, so I think it's kind of probably the same thing. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not in the health field. For the last 2 years I've been doing this, and I've learned a lot, and I've got a lot more to learn. So I hesitate to say a lot of things without knowing what I'm talking about. But there's a lot of doctors, naturopaths, all kinds of stuff that are creating information with this all the time. And like I said, I think I told you one time, the last seminar I went to, there was a doctor there who works closely with autistic children. Yeah. Yeah, and she had been giving these kids water and then videotaping them to show the actual differences that the water would do for the autism. And these kids are able to communicate with their families now, whereas before they couldn't. That's, you know, they were severe autistic. And at the fair, some lady came through the booth and wasn't buying a machine from us, so she had no reason to say anything like this, but she said that her sister had given her niece or nephew, I can't remember which it was, a glass of water, and in about 10 minutes the child spoke a complete sentence. Wow. Yeah, amazing. You know, it just hydrated her brain, whatever, I don't know, whatever causes the vocal part. I mean, I'm sure she was speaking words before that. So there's been great success with autism, and most of that is because we're not hydrated. We're simply not hydrated. Most of the nation is dehydrated.
Yeah, I believe that.
And my next door neighbor was telling me too, his mom, they'd have to take her to the hospital about once a month for intravenous just because she was dehydrated.
Oh
yeah,
my land.
That's funny. I've been in the hospital before too, and it's funny that they don't just give you a glass of water, but they poke you with.
I know.
I guess that's just they like to poke you in the hospital.
Yeah, and it gets you hydrated faster.
Oh, okay.
You know, and I think I don't know what they're poking in you, but it's got to be a high alkaline solution.
Oh, just some saline water. I don't know.
Yeah. It's probably better for you than just giving you a glass of water.
Oh.
When you're that dehydrated, you'd have to drink a tremendous amount of water that had not gone through one of these machines because the molecules of water are larger. These machines are going to hydrate you a lot faster than just regular water would be.
Yeah.
Although if people would start drinking water, they'd be a lot better off no matter what it was.
What did you say for a pop? You have to drink like 30 glasses of.
Yeah, if you drink 1 glass of pop, you'd have to drink 32 glasses of the Kangen water to get rid of that acid you just put in your body.
Okay. Yeah.
Pop is just a little bit better than battery acid.
Okay.
So, I mean, and people tell me all the time in my demonstrations, oh yeah, I use Coke to clean off my battery terminals. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of that.
So, would you like another glass?
Sure. Thanks.
I'm excited for you to get, you know, up to the 9 and the 9.5. Although, I remember when I first went on the water, I drank 8.5 for quite a while, and I noticed a lot of changes in the first couple of weeks. So it's not that I don't think you're going to experience changes.
No.
You are.
Okay.
The very first thing I noticed when I started drinking the water was in about a week, I thought it was my imagination, but I could see better.
Uh-huh.
And I talked to the people that I had got the machine from, and he said, no, Carrie, your eyes are 75% water. If you're hydrated, you're naturally going to be able to see better.
Huh.
So then instead of wearing my bifocals, when I wanted to read, I just took my glasses off because I could see a lot better.
Uh-huh.
And then the second thing I noticed was that my fingernails worked very, very strong and started to grow like crazy.
Huh.
And then I noticed my hair grew a lot faster.
Huh.
So these are some of the things I noticed. Then later on I realized I no longer was using my eye drops. I had eye drops in every room of the house because my eyes were always dry and hurting. And that just kind of stopped. I don't even know when, because when your problems start going away, you just naturally adjust to being feeling better, and you don't stop and write it on the calendar. Same thing when my arthritis pain stopped. I thought, oh, I wonder when that stopped one day. You know, I was working in my garden and everything. I have no pain. So, I mean, little things like this. It took me 2 years to figure out I was doing things like that to myself. I'm a kind of a busy person and don't pay much attention to small things. I mean, what it did to my daughter was huge, and that was enough for me. And so to get all this other stuff for myself is just like gravy.
My husband would like to have comfort with his joints and that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, and see what it is it's just it's hydrating our joints, and it reduces the swelling. The water takes the swelling down out of our joints, and it's when they're swelled and tight that they hurt. Makes a big difference.
Well, I have the swelling in my leg here has gone down a lot in the last couple days. So yeah, I know the antibiotics are helping.